Now I'm gonna get straight to it. This is gonna be part two of, you know, by design or by the divine. Now, I first want to say, I hope a recovery for anyone that lost, family, property, animals, even the trees that, it's animals and insects, even them, anyone that goes through horrible disaster, storms. Now, I say by design or divine because what you would label conspiracy theories or people that, I guess think outside of the box that may believe in like HARP and, people manipulating weather. And then you got people that believe all of this is biblical. All of the disasters, all of the storms, the crime, etc. Even the thing with the LGBT communities, all of this stuff is to be revealed in Revelations, which a lot of people think that we are living in the last days. When you believe in something, then you just don't fall for anything. I think all of this is by divine, even though the devil is doing a lot of things by design, if you can understand that. I don't have no hate for anyone, like this whole immigrant thing. I'm speaking about it again because they went from saying the Venezuelans to saying things about Haitian immigrants, saying they eating cats, etc. Things they said about Chinese, etc. There's a lot of racism and bias, sexism, and a lot of things that's going on within the world that's very low vibrational, that cause a lot of us to be confrontational with one another. I think it's time. It's been time. You got to raise your vibrations up and think of something higher, because clearly something is going on, and unfortunately I believe this is just the beginning for better days, better nights, but you came here, and you're not, things just gonna be not just be peaceful. You gotta fight. All of us have that warrior spirit, just depending on what you're using it for, good or bad. I was getting emotional watching some of these videos, and I don't care how they look, whether they's black, brown, purple, white. It's pretty sad, man. People losing everything, sleeping in their cars for God knows how long, can't have access to restrooms, bridges crumbling, and houses being destroyed through the southern region. Some say New York is coming, so you got to pay attention to the signs. It's definitely by design, but it's definitely for sure ultimately by divine. I'm not perfect, but I'm working on it, and we're really living in a very wicked world. You would think with things like this going on that people would learn how to live around one another, treat each other, like brothers and sisters regardless of appearance. But unfortunately, I don't see that happening. People never seem to be worried about nothing until something happens to them or something happened in their area, etc. So, and that's why I speak on the distractions too, because a lot of this stuff is distractions. Unfortunately, people become collateral damage, and it's a sad situation. But you got to understand, there's evil people running a lot of things, in a physical sense, unfortunately. And while people fighting about race, this and that, there are people of all different nationalities that's in high places, demons in high places, man, and they just how you fighting amongst each other, and just like I heard the Trump rally and fightings and all this conflict, men just won't wake up. And when I say men, I mean women as well, and even certain age children, depending on what they're being taught and the way they're being brought up. I speak about the extraterrestrials, what the government will label, because I believe that's what's behind a lot of these things, man. It's higher powers. You think these certain individuals are running everything. Nothing is never what it seems. And looks can be very deceiving. Behind closed doors, who knows? A person may look like me or you running everything and connected with, devilish beings. And I speak on Palladians, some that would appear to be European, maybe even have blue eyes, for educational purposes only. What is his name that made the Teslas? I can't think of his name. The guy that made the Teslas, I forgot his name. Well, you know who I'm talking about. Like, a lot of these people that's coming up with these technologies and certain things, you think they're human, and they could be something totally different. Have an overstanding that shape shifting is real, and certain entities and certain species, which will be, I guess, what they will call the reptilians, the certain type, draconian, if I'm pronouncing it right, they're amongst us, just like a lot of other beings. Good and bad. It's a war between light and dark. You have certain beings that want to see humanity rise and thrive and live in happiness and harmony. Then you have other beings that feed off of human beings, feed off our negativity, feed off of our cries, our hurt, our pain, our frustration, our anger, our hate, our demise. They feed off of it. They get full off the negative energy, the fear. Right now, those beings are eating real good off the fears of the people, and a lot of us seem not to be waking up. And when I say us, because I am a part of the world, but I'm not of it. People still fighting about race, still fighting a woman over a man and man over a woman. You can't have one without the other. Although I believe that the woman would be the ultimate creator, but that's for a whole nother story. I'm not mad at no race, but why people mad at me? Why people try to hate me? Why they hate you? Why they hate us? And that's to those real ones that it applies to. So yeah, it's more to come. And yes, brighter days are coming. Divine intervention, but fasten your seatbelts. You're on for a bumpy ride, a crazy adventure. But the real ones are here, ascended. Raise your vibrations up. Diet right. I'm not perfect, but I'm slowly working on it. My eyes are open, even when I'm asleep. People worried about all type of different things instead of worrying about how to just help one another. That would be a solution to a lot of problems. But when you have all this separation and hatred, and when things go bad, usually people pick sides. Some communities may come together, but the ultimate key is love, because we're living amongst so much hate. It was a war in heaven, and it's a war on earth. So yeah, I ain't gonna drag the video too long. This is part 2, Some people say, again, they may call them conspiracy theorists that harp, and a lot of these different weather manipulation systems may be doing this for whatever reason, whatever agenda. And then you have a lot of religious people that believe that we're living in the last days, and these are the signs of the time. The disasters, the storms, the hatred, men want to be women, women want to be men, etc. So yeah, I'm out, and this is part 2 of Divine or by Design, or by design or divine. I'm out. Triple ones. Ionas 13.